Today, we're taking a journey to Tunisia, a really unique cultural crossroads where North Africa and the Mediterranean just beautifully collide. And honestly, there is no better time to explore its true spirit than during the holy month of Ramadan. That's when the country absolutely comes alive. So let's get into it.
And you know, this description, it just perfectly captures the soul of Tunisia. It's a place where these ancient traditions aren't just remembered, they're lived, they're breathed, especially during Ramadan. And it's this unique mix of cultures that creates the incredible experience we're about to explore.
So before the first day of fasting even kicks off, there's this amazing period of joyful anticipation. In Tunisia, getting ready for Ramadan is a huge deal. It's a deeply meaningful ritual all on its own, really setting the stage for the sacred month to come.
The preparation is both practical and symbolic, and it happens in 3 key stages. First up, you have a nafta, this massive, deep clean of the home that's also seen as a kind of spiritual cleansing. Then, the spice markets just come alive. Families are busy preparing their fawaha, which is the signature spice blend for all the month's special dishes. And finally, it all wraps up with Laylat al-Karsh, one last big family feast the night the new crescent moon is spotted.
Okay, so once Ramadan begins, as the sun sets each day, a whole new kind of energy just sweeps through the country. This is the moment of Iftar, the meal that breaks the fast. But listen, in Tunisia, this is so much more than just eating. It's a daily celebration of community, of family, and of some absolutely incredible flavors.
A Tunisian iftar table is just a total feast for the senses. You'll always start traditionally with dates and milk. That's followed by sharbet freak, a really hearty wheat and meat soup that's often called the sultan of the table for good reason. Then you get the must-haves, the crispy brick, the very unique Tunisian tagine, and of course, warm tubuna bread baked fresh in these amazing clay ovens.
And for many, this right here is the real star of the show, the brique. It's this super delicate, paper-thin pastry filled with things like tuna, parsley, and potato. But the real magic, it's the egg that's nestled inside, which is cooked just enough so that the yolk is perfectly, beautifully runny. Honestly, the challenge of trying to eat it without making a complete mess is totally part of the fun.
Now, when I say tagine, you're probably picturing a kind of stew, right? Well, in Tunisia, you be in for a surprise. It's something completely different. It's more like a dense, savory cake, almost like a crustless quiche that's baked with eggs, cheese, and meat. It is a delicious staple, and you'll find it on pretty much every Ramadan table.
After the meal is done and the evening prayers are said, a brand new chapter of the Ramadan night begins. The cities, they don't go to sleep. Nope. Instead, they wake up all over again, with this vibrant, electric energy that goes on well into the early morning hours.
So Iftar is really just the opening act for the evening, which begs the question, what happens after the plates are cleared? What does a Ramadan night in Tunisia actually look and feel like? Well, let's find out.
What's so fascinating is this beautiful duality of the night. On the one hand, it's deeply spiritual. You've got mosques like the Great Zitouna in Tunis packed for special Taraweeh prayers, and the old city, the Medina, hosts festivals with these mystical Sufi chants. But on the other hand, it's incredibly social. Cafes and gorgeous spots like Sidi Bou Said are absolutely buzzing, and you'll see families everywhere just strolling through the lantern-lit streets.
This whole spiritual journey hits its peak on the 27th night, which is known as Laylat al-Qadr, or the Night of Destiny. It's a really sacred time, marked by intense prayer and big community celebrations. There's also this lovely tradition called the Musam, where an engaged man brings all sorts of gifts to his fiancée.
You know, Ramadan is also a time when cultural identity is worn with just so much pride. Traditional clothing, which might usually be saved for special occasions, becomes a part of everyday life, weaving this beautiful thread of heritage right through the city streets.
For men, you'll see the jebba. It's a beautifully embroidered tunic, and it's often paired with that iconic red chichia hat. Women wear these elegant kaftans for gatherings, and sometimes the traditional white silk safsari when they're out and about. And look, this isn't just about clothing. It's a living, breathing connection to history. It's a way of celebrating a shared identity during this really special month.
To truly, and I mean truly, understand Ramadan in Tunisia, you have to go right into the heart of the old city, the Medina. During this month, the Medina has its own rhythm, its own sounds, even its own unique vocabulary.
And if you're there, you'll hear a few key greetings over and over again. Right before the meal starts, everyone says Shahaya Tayyiba, which means enjoy your meal. The very moment after that first sip of water, you'll hear Saha Shribdik, which is like saying health to your drink. The universal greeting you'll hear all month is Ramadan Kum Mabruk, and you'll often hear the wish Sneen Daima, hoping for many happy returns of the occasion. These phrases are basically the social soundtrack of Ramadan.
I want you to just close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You're in the narrow alleys of the Medina. The sweet scent of jasmine is mixing with the rich aroma of incense. And just floating on that air, you hear the sound of malouf. That's the traditional Andalusian music of Tunisia. It creates an atmosphere that is nothing short of enchanting.
So when you put it all together, it leaves you with this one final thought. While Ramadan is of course defined by the daily fast, in a place like Tunisia, it feels so much more like an expansive 30-day feast, and not just for the body after sunset, but for the community, for the culture, and really, for the soul.